Hello everybody, Roger here, and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. So today I'm bringing you another book review, and the book is entitled Perfect 10. This is written by L. Phillips. And Perfect 10 follows Sam Raines, who, after having broken up with his boyfriend Landon 2 years prior, is lonely. He's ready to find a new boyfriend, but that's not an easy task, given that there's only one other gay kid at school that Sam knows of, and he's definitely not interested in him. Now, his best friend Meg, who is Wiccan, offers to perform a love spell for Sam. All he has to do is make a list of the top 10 traits that he wants his new boy to have, and then petition the goddess. Now, Sam is not really a believer in Meg's religion, but decides to give it a go, figuring that his love life could use all the help it can get. So, in a midnight cemetery ritual involving candles, calling in the elements, and a spell recited in Latin, Sam burns his list, then sends out his intent to the universe. Much to Sam's surprise, the spell actually seems to have worked, but not quite in the way that he'd hoped. Instead of bringing one perfect guy to his doorstep, the spell actually brings 3 of them. So first there's Gus, the debonair and swoon-worthy new French exchange student. And then there's Travis, the super sexy, flirtatious, bisexual rock star with a huge heart. And next comes Jamie, the adorable, angelic-looking artist whose face lights up every time he sees Sam. And I guess we also can't forget Sam's ex-boyfriend Landon, who still seems to hold a special place in Sam's heart, causing Sam much confusion. So, as it turns out, all of them make a play for Sam's heart, and now all Sam has to do is choose. So, on to what I liked about this book. Well, first of all, I love the cover. It was eye-catching. Sorry, I'm trying to get this so it's not glary. So I thought it was a fun cover. It was eye-catching, aesthetically pleasing, super cute, kind of letting us know that we're in for a sweet and fluffy read. And the back cover is kind of fun, too. Guy holding the hands with somebody wearing a unicorn's mask. So I was actually in the mood for something that wasn't too heavy, and this book fit the bill. You know, it was a fun blend of teen romance with just a tad of magical realism thrown in, resulting in a swoony young adult romantic comedy. You know, it was really fun journeying along with Sam, who wanted to explore his options, struggled to choose a new boyfriend from several equally charming contenders. But of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, leading to much drama and both romantic and sexual tension, all which renders the story truly compelling. So for the most part, I liked Sam's character, though there's no denying that he is flawed like the rest of us and ends up making some stupid mistakes. But that being said, he did feel like a realistic character, and I was able to buy into him. You know, he was so caught up in the idea that he now had romantic options that he felt it was okay to date around a bit until he made his decision. Not surprisingly, Sam learned that not everyone was okay with this. Lesson learned. But still, I found it refreshing and fun to read a story featuring a teen who had multiple suitors, and I thought that was a lot of fun. I also really liked the secondary cast of characters and found them to be quite relatable. I especially enjoyed the relationship, or the friendship I should say, between Sam, Landon, and Meg. I felt that the events of the relationship demonstrated the ups and downs of friendship quite nicely, especially how loyalties do become tested from time to time. I felt that Landon and Meg were believable, well-developed characters, both of whom I could relate to. I also liked how Meg and Sam's dating life and romantic life led to several interesting and frank discussions about love and sex. Additionally, I felt that the magical realism aspect of the story really lent a feeling of fun and intrigue to it. Truth be told, it was the magical realism aspect of the story that caused me to pick it up in the first place. I really like the premise of a high school kids doing a spell, the spell works, and then they have to deal with the fallout of said spell and learn lessons in the process. So that being said, I did like the inclusion of Wicca in this story, and I thought that the author did an excellent job of representing Meg and her involvement with the Wiccan religion in a respectful way. Now, on that same note, I did enjoy the representation in this book. Here we have several gay characters and at least one bisexual character. I also loved how much the story focused on art. Sam was a writer, though I'm not sure if I can recall him actually having written anything. Travis was a musician, and Jamie was an artist. And it was through their creativity that all three of them connected, which really resonated with me. I do tend to like books about artsy types and artists. And lastly, I thought the ending was very well done and enjoyed how it all turned out, given that there was a huge fake out at the end. But the conclusion was romantic and satisfying with a happily ever after. So, on to what I didn't like. One of the main things that I disliked in this novel was how the French foreign exchange students' dialogue was written phonetically. I absolutely hate it when authors try to write an accent or a dialect in this way, and I find that it rarely works. It certainly didn't here, and I found it super annoying and difficult to get through. I also felt that the author resorted to negative stereotypes in the portrayal of Gus, and ended up portraying him more like a French caricature than a person. And while I did find Sam likable, mostly, there were some things about his character that bothered me. He was at times over-the-top shallow, and he struck me as being a little bit oblivious to the feelings of others. Now that I think about it, he often didn't treat people all that well. Now, I recall a couple of scenes in the book where he shames Meg into not losing her virginity with her boyfriend, though he regularly had sex with his own boyfriend, Landon, a couple of years prior while they were dating. So yeah, definitely a double standard here. So that being said, I felt that Landon could have supported Meg a little bit better, and at times I didn't feel that he was a very good friend. Oh, and one other thing. Okay, maybe it's just me, but I'm surprised that nobody in the book had an issue with 21-year-old Travis trying to get into the pants of 17-year-old Sam. In fact, just about every conversation between Travis and Sam revolved around sex. I just found it surprising that none of Sam's friends took issue with Travis's age, especially considering that it's illegal in most states for an adult to have sex with someone who's underage. So I found that kind of weird, maybe almost bordering on the cringeworthy. So on to my final verdict. In spite of our main character being a little bit too self-centered, I thought that Perfect 10 was a sweet, light-hearted gay romance that overall I enjoyed. In fact, I read the book in a couple of sittings because I couldn't put it down, so I guess that says something for its strength as a story. It definitely held my attention. I especially enjoyed the heartwarming conclusion that gives you all the right feels. So in this way, it was an engaging story. But by taking into consideration the things that I didn't like about the book, I would probably end up by giving this 3.5 stars. But it was definitely worth the read, and I did enjoy it. So so that's Perfect 10. Have you read this book? If so, what did you think? Let me know in the comments. And that'll do it for this video. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. And if you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you click the like button below. And I will talk to you in the next video. Roger and out.